Hello everyone and welcome back to the 20 years of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This is the level that I've selected that I think doesn't showcase the game at its best, and that is Terminus. Whereas COD Ghosts had a fantastic last level, and I kind of wish I could have fit that in with the three that I chose, but I chose not to in the end. The other three just beat it out. But this game doesn't end so well with Terminus. In terms of the story, after what we last played, Throttle, you get captured and escape. It's all pretty generic, and then you launch a big attack on Big Irons himself. If I was to be completely honest and pick a level I really dislike, it would probably be, I don't know, Manhunt or Aftermath. These two are pretty bad. But I think for more the purposes of showing the game, of sort of looking at the 20 years of Call of Duty, this is a better level for me to showcase. So we will do Terminus. I haven't played this level at all since I played this game for the first time. I can vaguely remember how it goes. It is pretty balls to the wall action, to be fair. It's kind of similar to COD Ghosts, but I'll talk about why I picked this level, and I'll get right into it. Now, all I want to say before we start is remember that Black Ops 2, a mere 2 years earlier, had 6 available endings and plethora of choices to get you on those different paths. Just bear that in mind, and that'll obviously come up later. If you know this game and how it, how the ending goes, then you probably know where I'm going to go with that argument. But for now, we'll just enjoy it. Unfortunately, Cormac has been injured, I believe, since the end of the last level. There was a hell of a lot of blood.
Come on.
It's interesting because they actually used the actors' faces, didn't they? That is Troy Baker and that is Gideon Evans. I think that's his name.
It's not much further. Don't stop. Don't.
Come on. Cormac!
Unfortunately, Cormac does not make it. You don't really feel this whole he's been chasing irons for 5 years because the games are just too short to enjoy that.
We're the only ones who can stop our hands from launching Manticore.
It's 3 of us against an army. It's suicide.
You're right. But it's what he would have done.
Now, there's an interesting point that was talked about by Troy Baker that I feel is quite important to bring up. If nobody's ever seen this podcast, Troy Baker speaks about working with Kevin Spacey, and he said that apparently the scene where he sort of declares war or says he's going in on his authority to the US, apparently when he first did the scene, he played it very dry and understated, and sort of said, "On my authority we go. We've got a big power armor here." These are the ASTs that we were fighting in last level. Sorry to just break off. Apparently did that line very understated, like saying, "On my authority." You'd like that. It was sort of the Kevin Spacey, acting ability that I don't have. But then, apparently Activision or Sledgehammer were like, can you just jazz it up a bit and do a very typical, boring, bad guy speech? Which is just bloody typical, And that's when Kevin Spacey was like, oh, we're doing that kind of video game. Or Troy Baker might have said that. But just an interesting point to make. But here we go. We've got a lot of abilities here. As I say, this is by no means the worst level in the game, but I think it's important to show. We've got plenty of abilities. This reminds me a lot of Red Faction 2, if anybody ever played that. You get a very similar power armor. Oh man, don't you just hate playing these things on Veteran? Because you're supposed to be this unstoppable killing machine, but a few bullets takes you out. So L1 is lock on. R1 is just a standard rocket with no lock on ability. Still pretty useful. It reloads so much though, it's Go on, use them swarm missiles. I'm going to say, we were fighting these things last level, they were pretty good. Right, I need to take this thing out. There we go. There we go, we made it further than last time. The trick is, I think, to just keep switching between your arsenal. Get that one. Oh man, this is quite painful actually. Maybe I've done right in picking this level because this could be painful. It's been a while since I played this level, so as I said earlier.
Enemy forces are closing on your position.
Ah, you can't like cancel that. That's annoying. I thought you could. I hate the voice that tells me I've used my weapons just as a small note. That's proper irritating. Thankfully I've got the game audio turned down for you guys, but it's this proper like... swarm missiles ready. Reloading. Oh man, irritating. Oh, I can't aim with this either. Come on, blow up. That's blown up. Fire. Come on, blow up. Right, we've done a bit better this time.
200 meters to drop point.
Fire. Fire everything. I've still not seen a checkpoint, that has me worried. I'm going to say I remember starting underwater, that's where my memories failed me a bit. Let's go. We're underwater again. Very slow this time.
Kingpin, we're subsurface, approaching the breach point. 2-1, be advised, we will be forced to strike the command center if you are unable to stop.
Yeah, not quite COD Ghost with the lack of cover, is it, in Legends Never Die?
It will be our only option. If you don't think you can stop it, get the hell out of there. Copy that.
But just as a side note, I hope you guys have been enjoying this series so far. You won't be enjoying this because I'm not. This is me very... Right, I can finally walk. Or run even. But I hope you've been enjoying it, as I say. I thought it was better than just playing, you know, all the Call of Duties, you know, the entire campaign. I think that get boring pretty quick. I don't have enough to say to make that, you know, interesting. It's not like an Uncharted 2, you know, trank gun playthrough where things are interesting and it's dynamic. Call of Duty can be quite dull at times. Even the Evil Within is very interesting, and that was on a hard difficulty mode, wasn't it? That kind of added to that. And speaking of which, I haven't used this channel in a long time, so if I can get access, you know, back fully into it, because I can't actually log onto it at the minute, I just have it linked to my PS5 that's allowed me to upload. If I can get back into it, I wouldn't mind putting up some new content. I don't know what sort of I'm thinking of putting up right at the minute, but I was actually thinking of doing the Uncharted 2 crushing trank gun again, but this time with post-commentary, which means I could fiddle around with it for a bit longer and really commit to only using that trank gun and then adding my thoughts on afterwards. It wouldn't have the dynamic and the sort of live reactions of the last one, but you've already had it once, but we'll see about that. That guy had no chance. This is more fun. I remember this. I do remember this. I don't remember getting damaged so easily though.
Swarm missiles ready.
But yeah, I kind of wish I had some footage of Red Faction 2 that I used to, because I did actually do a Red Faction 2 playthrough on YouTube years and years ago. I think I deleted it, which is a shame because it was some of my best commentary, you know, live over gameplay. I'm really annoyed I got rid of it. It will be on a very old channel somewhere. It was genuinely the best stuff I ever put up on YouTube. I was really proud of it. But as I say, that is lost to time and my stupid decision to get rid of it. But yeah, there's a level near the end of that game which you are using a power armor, and it is exactly like this. Like, it controls and bobs the exact same. So I do wonder if there's some, if anybody was a fan of that game.
Head down. You have used jump vents on the bottom floor.
But this is just a typical power fantasy, but I think this is... I remember playing this and thinking, man, COD has gone a bit off rails. Like, stopping rocket launches and missile... You know, missile launches is nothing new to the series, but doing it in a power armor like this... Kind of insane.
Rocket ready.
Can I use... That's me and Gideon being pretty useless together. But at least this time, you know, the game's they're actually letting me use some stuff in this game. This little playing these levels has actually changed my opinion a little bit. This Call of Duty, I've really actually enjoyed my time with it a bit more than I did with COD Ghost, because COD Ghost can be just like another COD campaign, whereas this one was at least trying to be different. It didn't really succeed, I think, in a lot of it. The overall opinion at the time was that it was better than COD Ghosts because it had, you know, a fresh lick of paint at least, but it wasn't overly successful. I at the time much preferred COD Ghosts, and to be honest, even now I think it's a bit of a toss-up. It's definitely got more creativity than COD Ghosts, but there's a lot of mediocrity to put with this game that I haven't really shown at times. If it ever comes to it and people want to see more levels and follow on with this series, then who knows, maybe we'll show some more of them mediocre levels to paint a full picture of this game. I've just noticed there's no real music here, is there? That's a bit strange. That might help why give the feel that there isn't much going on here. Like, you've got there's going to be a rocket launch in about 3 minutes, but I ain't really feeling like the tension of that. I'm enjoying shooting everything, but I think one of the problems with this game is it tries to tell this interesting story, but it ends way too soon. So it doesn't take full advantage of that story, and there's some really missed themes in there. They just went for the whole "we got Kevin Spacey" angle. Man, it is carnage. But the next Call of Duty we'll do is Black Ops 3. Those levels are quite a bit longer than these two that we've just played, so those are going to be some longer videos then. It'll also be the first Call of Duty we don't do on the hardest difficulty, because I ain't doing realistic, because we'll be there all day. I don't think it'll be particularly enjoyable content. We're not actually on a time limit here, because we've definitely used most of our time up. Call of Duty never really went for that, unlike, say, Halo. It's not the more run at the end of Combat Evolved, is it? Sorry, the level's called more, it's the Warhog run, isn't it? Get him shot. Where do we go now? Gideon, lead on. See, why can't we do that? This is the image that the game uses for the level. It's quite a striking visual, this, isn't it?
Launch in T-minus 1 minute.
60 seconds.
There's the hatch. Mitchell, over here.
I'm already here, mate. Come on, you can run, Gideon, mate. There's only the fate of the free world at stake. Right, get rid of this piston. Oh, we're tapping buttons again. It ends how it began, how poetic. Oh, he's beating me. Gideon's too good for me.
Go.
Whoa. We see this might as well be a cutscene. I don't really feel much from it from pressing L2 and R2. Where are we in this facility? Oh, we're underneath the rocket. Yeah, that's where you want to be when it's about to go, don't you? I think we've lost. Wow. See, there's plenty happening, but there's not much to this other than holding forward, is there? This reminds me a bit. Do you remember that flame room in Dead Space 1? Where, like, these, you know, flames kept coming out of the wall, similar to this, and you had to go in between spaces to get around it? That was hell. It was like the worst part of one of the greatest games ever. Right, can I actually shoot something? It's been 5 minutes. No, this is good because you're just firing everything at this point. There we go. Done it. Kevin Spacey will be disappointed. But yeah, they didn't give us any interesting enemies in that power suit. They could have at least given us, I don't know, like a mega boss suit armor.
Hang on.
I do remember playing this for the first time being quite underwhelmed by this level.
Stop the launch. I'm gonna get you out of here. Stay with me.
So remember, from a plot point of view, we lost our left arm and Kevin Spacey gave us a really cool prosthetic one. Whoa. I've never enjoyed this in Call of Duty, which is dodgy aiming. Got him. I can't honestly remember how any of this goes from here. I know we have a showdown with Spacey or something like that.
Gotta keep moving. Stay with me.
Sentinel 2-1. City
You see, the game should have kept, I'm just thinking now, the game should have kept
We need to know the status
Kevin Spacey's son, Will Irons, alive, and he should have been who you had to fight at the end. How about that for a plot? It's not particularly original, much like my COD Ghost suggestions, but it's more drama, isn't it? You know,
Cut off.
it should have been you both got maimed in the first level rather than killed, or you had another friend that got killed and, you know, Kevin Spacey stepped up and, you know, said, I'll take both of you on.
I need you to try and walk, Mitchell.
And then you had to kill Will Irons at the end, you had to kill both of them. That would have been pretty messed up, wouldn't it? Well, there he is.
Hello, Mitchell.
That's convenient, isn't it?
Fucking move. I could ask the same of you.
Oh, I can shoot.
Hacking into our exos. Come on, ammo!
You rely too much on those things.
City is falling. It's over.
What I have started won't end with me. It's bigger than me, and it's certainly bigger than you.
If he could freeze the exos, why didn't he do that a hell of a lot earlier?
A monster? That's only because you don't have the conviction to do what's necessary.
Necessary. The attack on America. Unleashing Manticore. Killing thousands of innocent people.
I'm saving the world from itself. When there's no one left to challenge Atlas, there will be no more wars. There had to be sacrifices along the way.
Yeah. Twisted fucks throughout history have used the same argument. I don't know who stopped the launch. They'll bring this entire building down on top of you.
I could have killed you in the prison camp. I could kill you now.
So just remember my point about Black Ops 2 having 6 endings. This game has no endings. I can't believe you don't get a choice here to side with Irons or not. This game really should have done what Black Ops Cold War did and just had like some mini levels at the end depending on that
Try and hit
choice.
the release on your exo.
I can't remember how this were we? Pressing buttons again, yeah, tapping buttons. But yeah, you really should have had a choice in this game. And that could have come with, you know, Irons' son. You know, you had the choice of whether to sort of, you know, kill him or join him sort of thing. There could have been some morally grey areas.
It's not working. There's no time. If he gets away, this will all have been for nothing. Go. Now!
But yeah, let's chase him. It's funny, I mean, you couldn't have a boss fight with him, could you? Because he's not exactly an intimidating enemy, is he? I mean, he's not got very far, has he, in that? That was like 3 minutes. Slide in. We've got him. See, imagine that's Will Irons there, and he stops you at the last minute, and you have to like kill him. You know, that'd have been pretty cool, wouldn't it? But here we go. So it's the left arm that he's clinging onto, so predictably we've got to destroy it.
Pull me up. I'm not letting go. So you've got to pull me up.
So,
There's only two choices. You either pull me up, or this whole building goes down and we go down with it.
So yeah, let's pull him up.
What are you doing? Mitchell! I gave you that arm! Mitchell! I gave you a second chance!
I'm gonna choose the good ending. That's the good ending. We both die together. No, we'll do it properly. But yeah, you should. I genuinely thought before I played the game that this was a choice, so maybe it's my own fault for assuming that when it wasn't true.
I'm not letting go. You've got to pull me up.
I can't hear you. There's explosions happening behind you.
There's only two choices. You either pull me up, or this whole building goes down and we go down with it.
But yeah, it's a pretty lackluster ending, isn't it?
Mitchell!
But I suppose at least it's conclusive, unlike COD Ghosts, is, you know, Logan gets taken by Rourke and it's going to turn him into a bad guy. But yeah, we cut the arm off and send Spacey down with it. And the knife. Buy a knife. We never used you anyway because we had actual melee in this game.
I've got you, mate. I've got you. It was only gonna end one way for it.
Irons gave me a second chance, and I gave it back. He thought he could solve the world's problems. If he did have the answer, he took it with him to the grave. But he was right about one thing. This wasn't the end. It was just the beginning.
Well, I tell a lie then. This isn't that definitive an ending. That kind of sets up an Advanced Warfare 2 that we never got. I don't think anybody's lost sleep over that. Much like the lack of COD Ghost 2. There you go, that's literally how it ends. So that's the first ending you've seen. I'm not sure how many last levels I'm going to include in this series. It just depends how it falls. But, yeah, underwhelming that one. It's an underwhelming last level that has, like, it starts kind of cool, but there's just not a right lot happening there. But yeah, we're going to skip this. I think they probably did plan to do an Advanced Warfare 2. Oh, that image makes me laugh. We didn't see the press square to hold respects moment, but that was the big meme of this game, and that image kills me. It's just something about the way he stood, Irons. It's too funny. But as you can see, the war against Atlas continues. Well, I guess it didn't, because that never happened. Not a bad thing. What sort of happened in between was Sledgehammer did this game, and then it got such a bad backlash, and the future stuff continued to get such a backlash with Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare that they were sort of like, when their time come again, they were like, let's do World War II. So that's where they ended up taking it, and that's how we get to Call of Duty World War II, which might be the worst title of any Call of Duty game. I remember when they announced that at the time, and I thought, that can't be the actual name. Like, people will know it's World War II. You don't have to call it World War II, but maybe I'm overestimating Call of Duty's fan base. I don't know. But yeah, that was Advanced Warfare. If I had to give this one a score based on what we've seen, well, if I give it a score based on what we've seen, it's been amazing. But overall, this one's probably teetering a similar line to COD Ghost. It's like a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10. Before some of the later ones, it would have got a much lower rating. But there's been so many poor Call of Duties in the last few years specifically that this one and Ghost get a little bit of a bump. But next time I see you guys, it will be for Black Ops 3. I haven't a clue what 4 levels we're doing for that one. Couldn't even begin to tell you. So I look forward to trying to work that out. Those levels will be a lot longer, and we'll have a lot more stuff to talk about. It's a shame I can't get a friend along, because those are co-op. But we'll talk about all of that when we get to that one. I hope you enjoyed Call of Duty Advanced Warfare's 4 levels that I chose as we continue to celebrate the 20 years of Call of Duty. I'll see you guys for Black Ops 3 when we stay in the year 2065. See you then.